Hello, everyone. Today, I'm going to highlight the importance of psychological safety, specifically around encouraging dissent and creating an environment of openness where team members are encouraged to speak up. Busy doesn't always mean effective, but bravery can. Let me start with a short story. Two teams, they're launching similar products. Team A discovered a critical issue in testing. Junior analyst noticed it, but didn't say anything. She or he didn't want to look negative. They launched anyway and then spent weeks addressing the issue after the fact. Team B had a simple red flag ritual where anyone could pause the meeting to surface concerns without blame. A new hire raised the same issue that Team A stayed silent on. They delayed release a week, and then the launch landed strong. Same skill levels, but very different outcomes. The difference? Psychological safety. The belief that it was safe to speak up with their ideas, questions, concerns, and mistakes. So, what is psychological safety and what isn't it? Psychological safety is not about being nice or lowering the bar. It's about creating an environment where people can take interpersonal risks, ask basic questions, admit, I don't know, challenge assumptions without having to fear retaliation or being embarrassed. So, in practical terms, it means people feel safe to say, I'm not sure this is right. Do that early to prevent that costly rework. High standards are still important, don't get me wrong, and we still have to hold the bar for performance. We just remove the fear that limits growth and learning. Think of it as the on ramp to quality, innovation, and speed. Why does this matter? Why should managers and students care? To quickly look at some research, I found Google's Project Aristotle. And this is where they studied hundreds of teams with the goal of figuring out what makes a team effective. Turns out psychological safety was the top factor distinguishing high performers. In healthcare and aviation, higher safety climates correlate with more error reporting and, of course, fewer serious incidents. Problems surface when they're small. In business, it shows up as faster learning, better cross functional collaboration, higher engagement, better retention. And then for students, it looks like better project outcomes, more participation, more brains online, which means better solutions. And then for professionals, this can really lead to fewer late stage surprises, clearer decision making, and less time spent managing that fallout. How can you work on it? For starters, model curiosity. Ask more genuine questions than you normally would. What are we missing? What would change your mind? As a leader, you should go first. Model what others should follow. Respond well to bad news. When someone brings that problem to the surface, your first sentence should be, Thank you for raising it. Then move to diagnosing and solutions. People watch how you react to those risk bearing statements. Normalize falling short. Stay up front. I may miss things. Please help me see around those corners. When you, as a leader, acknowledge limits, it opens the door for input. Install simple rituals. Analyze a past failure. Add round robins before or after meetings in the middle. As in my example, when I started the presentation, create a red flag rule or word that anyone can use to pause for discussion. And finally, make roles and expectations explicit. Clarify who owns what. When is dissent most useful? Invite those opinions and inputs. For example, before we get started, does anyone have a risk or alternative that we need to be aware of? So, what should you take from this? In summary, make it safe to speak, then coach what to say. Psychological safety accelerates performance when paired with clear standards and ownership. So, as an experiment, you could try in your next meeting opening with, what risk or problems are we underestimating? Opening it up with a quick round robin. And then when someone raises an issue, thank them. Summarize what you heard, and then figure out some next steps. You could also track those issues based on your approach, how quickly you could resolve them, and then measure its effectiveness. If not in a business environment yet, as a student, try the same in your next team project and watch how your plan improves. Small moves, big returns. So, in summary, silence is expensive. The cheapest time to hear the truth is right now. Encourage and practice inviting more discussion, opinions, and dissent in meetings and projects in order to get the best outcomes. Multiple minds working together are better than one. Thank you.